Well, that didn't take very long, guys. Welcome back to Better Than Wolves. This is Blight. Such as it is. Not a huge deal at this moment. There's no water in the neighborhood. It definitely spawned nearby, and definitely spawned within a closer radius than I had planned. So, now we know. Now we've seen it. So, what we want to do over the course of time here is figure out how far we need to buffer before the blight doesn't spawn anymore. That means turning grass into slabs from the looks of it. Slabs aren't spreading it. And other, or stone or brick or whatever. So, anyways, that's just a little something to start today's episode, because we knew it was a risk, and the risk just occurred. I think I'm not sure how close the limit is on this. That's the part I'm not sure about. But that's very interesting. Let's go here. Let's start by slabbing a large area here. Yeah, I mean, worst case scenario, we convert the whole works to stone and we're done with it, right? But anyways, I just wanted to share that little discovery with you. I mean, it's not a big deal at this stage. Stage 1 blight is not a huge deal. So we're not going to fret about it, we're not going to worry about it or anything like that. It's if it gets, stage 2 or 3 or whatever, then we might have something to worry about. Alright, we'll start by slabbing that area. I'm not sure how effective this will be, but it can't hurt. I didn't even think to look to see if it was underneath the slabs. Doesn't look like it was. It looks like the underneath of the slabs is all dirt, so it should be fine. Now we'll start off here. I had hoped that it would require physical contact with the beacon, but obviously that is not the case. Too bad, so sad. It was still close though. My biggest concern is that the bigger that beacon gets, the worse the risk is going to get. But again, that's something we will figure out as we go along here. Because as I say, the worst case scenario, we convert this entire area to a parking lot and we'll never have to worry about that issue ever, ever, ever again. But it's a good thing I was watching it. This is why I was watching. So let's start with a 3-block buffer of slabs here. I'm merely hypothesizing that slabs are not a viable surface for blight to go row on. Of course, with this discovery, Flowerchild may consider altering the nature of slabs to fix that. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised. It would not be a big deal. I can always come up with other solutions to this. But that did not take long at all when you consider how much time I have actually spent in this around our main base recently. I'm not sure a 3-block buffer is actually adequate, but that's where we'll start. We'll just carve some of this hillside away. Besides, that also takes us up to our first significant barrier, which is the road. figure out how to adjust the road so it looks a little better. Oh man, hungry already. This is all hypothesis and experimentation. I wonder if I was a little quick to destroy that. If I should have kept it around maybe just a bit longer for observation and research. Nah. Whoops. Okay. One of the nice things actually is that the slabs could actually act as a pretty significant barrier to the groth spreading. Oops, if I do this right. Because it was acting as a barrier. They were acting as an invisible barrier. So slabbing things, a nice wall of slabs here and there, may actually act as a pretty good barrier. So for example, if I replace these with slab, actually if I slab that right there like so, and then we create a slab wall right here at the corner of the library, actually we'll do it. Slab there, slab, slab. Actually, we better make sure that that is actually dirt under these, because they are transparent, so they have odd, quirky characteristics. Okay, one there. And there's our barrier line right there. This is already secure right here. Put the slabs right there. Then we'll finish up with some, this is already barriered off. In fact, yeah, it would have to spawn all the way out here for it to be an issue. So that's contained on this side. On this side, it goes up into our farm via a unpassable, oh, hello. There's a hole. Oh yeah, we already knew this hole was here. But there's an unpassable barrier here already. So we'll just replace this with a slab wall right here. Right here. So this is my secondary defenses against the future apocalypse risk. We'll just put that there and that there. This road, well, we'll just have a cliff here. Cliffs are okay. And then our next barrier is right there, so that's secure. And then this is our first big significant issue, because water is a reactive with the blight, so we need to make sure it can't get to the water easily. So we'll just convert a nice wider swath to slab. I mean, I am just guessing that this is going to actually do a dang thing at all in the future. I really am already regretting not keeping a bit of that for research. Well, if it spawns again, we can research it again. Let's just go out a little further. There's a discolored spot out here. I just need to check what it is. Oh, okay, we just got sheep out and about eating. There are sheep bloody everywhere. Where the heck are they coming from? Are these still leftovers from the Great Escape many moons ago? Who knows? Who bloody knows? Either that or they're glitching out constantly. Which is also entirely conceivable. Okay. So we've had our first Blight incident, but I think I've created a reasonable first attempt at securing the area against said hazard. We'll just see what we can do. I mean, we'll try our best to keep anything terrible from happening here, But if the worst should happen, we'll figure it out. Anyhow, I still actually haven't figured out what I'm going to record today, so I'm going to cut here and figure out what my plan is for today's episode. By the way, I'm not bound to this beacon, just in case you guys were wondering. I like the risk. If I'm going to die, hardcore spawn is where it's at. Jeez, so many sheep, what the heck? You are going down. Alright. See you in a minute. So something fascinating happened. I've just been sort of setting up an experimental site for the silverfish. 2 of these cobblestone blocks popped and were broken apart. So my question is, how many silverfish are in here now? Well, there's 1 silverfish here. Let's get him back up to where he'll be useful. Just 1. Shoot, that's not helpful. I can't get through there. There's a mildly ill-conceived problem going on here. And I'm going to die if I'm not careful. They may not seem like much, but they are rather hazardous. Okay, seriously, guy. Seriously? Good. Glad to see that you use that kind of pathfinding. Come on. Oh, for gosh sakes. He just walked off the edge, didn't he? But what do we have down here? We have clay and... was that gravel? Yes. Clay and gravel. Interesting. Alright, just for my ability to actually control their motion, we'll take them around this way. This is all highly conceptual, experimental messiness. I'm still kind of contemplating exactly how to even work with these guys, let alone get something useful out of them. I mean, I still don't know whether they actually spawn in this area or whether they're just coming here from other areas, because I have found a few out and about in the nether. Oh, I've got... oh yeah, see, here's one. Random silverfish is random. Which is not terribly helpful for the long-term planning here. Where'd he go? Where did he go? Weird. He must have already burrowed. I need to get my goggles on and see what the heck kind of shape things are in safety-wise around here. Oh, I finally lost some of my armor. If I'd been really planning, I would have saved some of it for whatchamacallit, rendering. Come on, a few more torches. There we are. Oh, right. This is better than wolves. That doesn't work very well. Where the hell did you go? Oh, hey, another broken chunk of cobble. By the way, in case you guys hadn't noticed, I upgraded this thing to tier 4. That's interesting. Okay, so we've got 2 broken cobble blocks. Where did you go? I will just kill you. Looting swords might be in order for this, but... the part I don't know is whether or not they're actually breeding or producing new silverfish under these circumstances. That would be very valuable information to know. And if they aren't, it would be nice to know what circumstances are required for... Oh, well, they might be. There's 3 of them there. How many broken blocks were there? There was 2 that I knew of. So that means that this very well could be a breeding process starting here. Self-replication, eh? That tells me that I'm not going to want to kill all the silverfish out of this place when I'm done. Now I wonder if silverfish can see through walls. That's something I can't remember from vanilla because nobody really cared that much about silverfish. But if they can see through glass and that sort of stuff, I think that might have been limited to spiders, but I don't know for sure. So what I need is at this collection point, a mob elevator to shuttle them back up to the top, where the sheet is being refilled so that they can wander around and look for somewhere to set up shop again. Interesting. Looking promising. I need to go get a hopper though because I got a bunch of stuff that was, well, I should have had a bunch of stuff. Let's just make sure we have a way down to the collection point. It's right centered underneath this. Start here. We'll have to carve a tunnel from the edge later. Everything's always a little later. Alright, so that is two. Whoa. That goes there. That goes there. Go down one more. And one more again. And then we look right. Hopper should go right here. Yes. Okay, I'm wearing those goggles again, of course. And they're getting destroyed because I wore them while getting killed by a silverfish like a stupid person. Ill-conceived. Slightly. So I've read these guys have a half-life anywhere up to like a crazy amount of time, like 13 hours or something, so I don't know what I can do other than making this just bigger and bigger. I guess I could also stack it vertically. Like have a couple versions of it. That's always a possibility. This is the prototype area though. I think the actual farm will be built maybe over here. A little further away from our main makeshift work site here. Also, I grabbed 2 more ender chests. I had tons of ender eyes left over from my prepping. So let's find out if anything is in the rest of this. Oh, hello! Look at that. Got some old mushrooms, which tells you how far back that goes. And in the last one, nothing. So not really a terribly large take. Certainly nothing exciting like potatoes or something. So this is stuff left over from our old world. This is public, 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 and this is the interdimensional private channel. So there could be stuff in these two on the overworld, which could be cool. I suppose the other option would be to make the brick layer too thick. If it was 2 blocks thick, then you'd get a vertical movement and replication of silverfish. It would just mean I'd have to have the pistons on a very slow clock for refilling, because I wouldn't want to crush them by accident. Yeah, maybe have it on a 1 minute timer or something. That should be more than enough time for the silverfish to figure out how to get back in. So I think this design will have to be a proper mob evader, which means going like this. It's been a while since I built one, but you usually have to flow 2 blocks for mob elevators to work. And we'll give it a 50-50 shot of where they go. Let's see, so 1, and then this one will turn right here. And then hopefully they can find their way up from there. Anyways, as I say, testing definitely. Actually, I guess I could just make a slab stair for them to go up. That should speed the little bozos up a little. Stone brick slabs just for irony, because I'm pretty sure they can't... So let's see, so if we put a slab right here, and then one right here, 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 there, and then we'll just, yeah, I guess we could use stairs for the end here. I suppose stairs could also work. Yeah. They can jump. I'm sure that'll be fine. 1 jump. We'll just make them jump over 1 block here. I think that does it, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. Okay. Whoops. That's my bridge. Alright, so really it's just a waiting game to see what happens with this initial batch here. I've got to run home and get a hopper. And I'll catch up with you guys when I get a better feel for exactly what's going on here. See you shortly. So I'm definitely rethinking my plan to build my mob system out in the void, or not to build it out there, because I keep seeing silverfish just kind of wander in. And this whole area should be well lit. I mean, there shouldn't be silverfish spawning unless they spawn regardless of light level, which is entirely conceivable. And if that's the case, well, basically it means if I want silverfish and I go out, there's some sort of ghost image thing going on here. If I go out that way a couple hundred blocks, the only spot where silverfish will be able to spawn will be the spot that I designate as the spot they can spawn. So seems sensible to me that that would be the way to ensure silverfish spawning. I mean, it's either that or really figuring out how to reduce the spawning window in the nether here. See, there's another one. Or in the end. So, still sort of remains to be seen exactly what we need to do to control these guys, but I'm certainly open to ideas and information that you guys may have about what the heck is going on with these guys. Because I'm not sure I'm entirely understanding what we should do with these things. Or how they affect the spawns in the nether. Ooh, dizzying. Oh, anyways, I'm gonna sit back and think about this for a bit, and I will catch you when I pick up the next recording session. This won't be the end of the episode, just I have to go for now. Gotta get some stuff done and head to bed. So, be right back. Hello everyone and welcome back. It's been a busy night. Well, not a busy night. I got a good night's sleep and I'm coming at this with fresh eyes. I was half contemplating that I might need to go out there. I saw a small handful of silverfish just spawn randomly all over the island in spite of the light. But the honest truth is there's not that many of them, which says to me there must be a more efficient solution. And I have reasonable certainty that the cobblestone sheet here is going to be that solution. So here's sort of what I'm leaning towards. We're going to have two separate systems. We'll have a breeding system and we'll have a collection system. So the breeding system will produce these guys. They'll go into a sheet and they'll get recycled up back into the sheet about half the time. The other half of the time, they'll go up into a separate sheet of cobble, which will be above a killing collection. As I think that these guys just spawn from sheets of cobblestone, so there seems to be no better solution than to just have a big bloody sheet of cobble, and possibly stacks, several stacks of it. I could stack a couple thick for the breeding side of it. Although, no, I don't, because I want to make sure I get all the good stuff, because there's going to be... Well, you think about what you get out of this. What we got. We got clay and gravel from cobble. Clay, of course, we can use to make more solarns and other turntable products. Gravel, in a wicker filter, produces a renewable supply of sand and flint, which we don't really have right now. So, well, okay, we have a renewable supply of flint, but not sand. And so sand means that we will have the ability to really build with glass and sandstone without destroying a city, deserts and stuff. But really the primary thing I want out of here is that efficiency scroll, because I am tired of mining at a slow rate. And the efficiency scroll is actually more valuable to me than the unbreaking scroll right now, because the efficiency scroll is going to be easier and cheaper to get. So first thing I'm going to do is we're going to shift this sheet here. We're going to get it out from underneath the... This basically just increases their activity. It doesn't seem to be generating them at a prodigious rate. So its proximity placement above the farm does not appear to be necessary. So we're going to move the farm over a bit. We'll have some structure underneath this, but I want to make sure this is accessible to me, because this is getting a little aggravating. So, with that in mind, I'm going to do a bit of digging, and I'll bring you guys back in when I'm ready to get build the redstone portion of this project. So, be right back.